Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, I am Sharnique, and this is officially my first makeup tutorial on this channel. Make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. You're definitely going to want to join and stay. This channel is going to be about all things makeup, makeup products, being a makeup artist, and all of that good stuff. And I don't have an intro right now, but I will have an intro real soon. So let's go ahead and get into my client's makeup today. So we're going to be doing a ombre cut crease on her today. This is what she requested, and it came out so good. So let's go ahead and get into it. So I'm prepping her face and getting it moisturized and hydrated and ready for the foundation process. This is so important. This is like the most important step when beginning your client's makeup, because this is going to ensure that her face comes out flawless and the blend comes out easy and the foundation comes out like skin, like butter. So you want to make sure you prep your client's face. I'm going to list all of the products down below in my description box in order so you girlies can go check it out. I'm just using a few different hydrating creams and moisturizers and primers to prep her skin for the foundation part. Okay, so shout out to whoever came up with this tape method, because girl, this is a lifesaver. So I'm taking some tape and I'm taping down her baby hairs, because we don't want to get makeup on that, because it be so hard to get the makeup off the baby hairs once it's on. So I'm taking some tape and I'm taping down her baby hair. So I'm going in with her foundation. I'm using Nars foundation. I cannot remember what shade I used for her, y'all. I used two different shades. So as you can see, I took a lighter shade for like the underneath her eyes, and then a more of a dark shade for the rest of her face. I will make sure I list the product and the shades down below, because again, I don't know what shades that I use. Now I'm taking a Real Techniques foundation brush and I'm just going to pat that product all over her skin. I love using the patting motion. I always teach this to my girlies in their one-on-one classes, to make sure you pat the product in. I never swipe the product. I always pat it. I'm dragging the product down her neck and under her chin, because girl, that's important. We want her face to match her neck and underneath her chin, so don't forget that step. So I'm just blending that in everywhere, and I'm doing light patting, y'all. I'm not beating her face so hard. I'm doing really light patting. Now I'm taking Juvias Place concealer. Well, this is actually their foundation sticks. I used to use the Tarte Shape concealer, but I'm trying to try some new concealers out right now, but this is what I had on stash. So I want to get into the Nars concealer, so I'm going to try that out really soon. But for right now, what I had on me was the Juvias Place foundation sticks, and I'm going to be taking that and highlighting everywhere that needs to be highlighted. So middle of her chin, underneath her eyes, bridge of her nose, and the middle of her forehead. So we're going to be highlighting that. Then I'm going to go in with a darker foundation shade. This is also from the Juvias Place foundation sticks. I love their foundation sticks because it don't give foundation to me. Like, I love using their foundation sticks for concealers. It's so bomb. I'm taking a lighter concealer shade just to highlight the inner corners of her eyes, just to give a little pop of highlight, just the inner corners and like the smaller areas of her face. This is the dark shade of the Juvias Place concealer. So it's like 2 shades darker than her skin tone. So I'm going like right on her jawline, and I'm going in the middle of her cheeks. I love the jawline method because literally, y'all, it just snatched the jawline. Like, it just gives that jawline a super snatched look. So I love doing that technique. And I'm going to also contour her nose. So with the nose part, I like to go in and drag the concealer upwards into her eyebrows. It's gonna look so bomb once I blend it out. So now I'm going to blend out her contour first. I like to always go in and blend out the contour first. Still blending, but once I get to the highlight part, you guys are going to see a technique that I love to use to ensure the product is blending out to perfection. So right here, I'm taking another Real Techniques blending brush and I'm patting that product in So you're gonna see me go in between this brush and the other brush right here, and I'm patting and blending the harsh lines out. This is so important because once you set this, it's gonna set however it is blended. So I like to go in back and forth and just blend the harsh lines away, because once I set her face, I don't want that harsh line to be there. So this is like my favorite technique on how I like to get a flawless blend, and it just always comes out looking like butter. Look at that blend. You don't see the harsh line, girl. I blended that shit away. It looks so good. So I'm just going to repeat this step and do the same thing all over her face. And again, for her nose, I love to go in with a smaller blending brush, and I'm just dragging that product into her eyebrows. And again, I'm going in with that brush to blend that harsh line out. I do not like a super harsh contour, so I make sure to blend that out. Now I'm going in with the Juvias Place liquid blushes. Oh my gosh, y'all need to get your hands on these liquid blushes. They are so freaking bomb, and this was just so pretty on her. I did go in with like 2 layers of it just so the color can really show, but it's just so pretty. I'm taking a Morphe brush and I'm blending her blush out, and it just looks so pretty. Like, I will list the shades and stuff down below, of course. And I like to go in with the foundation brush to blend everything back out together. So that is what y'all see me doing. I'm just blending everything into one. Now I'm going in with the Mercier setting powder. This is their darkest shade. I cannot think of the name right now because they literally only have 3 shades. Like, I should know the name by heart, but again, everything is down below, y'all. So I'm going in with the same brush I used to blend out her highlight, and I'm just going in with that brush and I'm setting her face with that powder. I am pressing that powder in. Do not be scared to press her powder in. So I'm not really baking, I'm more so just setting. So I'm just making sure I really press that powder in everywhere that we highlighted. It's such a beautiful color on her skin. Like, listen, look at this. It's literally perfect. The highlight is perfect. It's not too bright. It just looks really, really, really good. So I'm just going in everywhere that we highlighted. I'm taking that powder, and then once I'm done with that, I like to go in with the Mercier translucent powder, and I'm going to use that powder to set the rest of her face. I like to do this method before I go in with a actual foundation powder. So I like to do the translucent powder first and just set everywhere else on her face before I go in with a foundation powder. I just feel like it just gives it a nice buttery smooth skin type of look. And I'm also setting her blush with the Juvias Place. Well, I'm not setting the blush yet. I did set her contour with a Fenty matte foundation powder, and then I'm also using that powder to set her contour. So I'm setting her contour right now, going with that powder, and now I'm setting her blush with the Juvias Place. I want to say this is volume 4 or either volume 5 blush palette. I can't remember, but again, it's down below. And then I'm also going to carve out her cheeks and give like a nice snatched look, and I'm carving out her nose as well. This is my favorite part. And then after that, we're going to move on to the eyes. So I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Brow Pencil. This brow pencil honestly was not dark enough for me, but I made it work. I'm definitely going to have to get a darker eyebrow pencil. or either like a Pro Made gel. But for right now, we're gonna take this Maybelline Brow Pencil. I made it work. And I like to go in, I'm using the same concealer shade that I use to highlight her face. I'm using that same concealer shade, and I'm going in and carving out the middle of her eyebrows first. And then I like to go in with the two shade method when I'm doing my clients' brows. So I usually will take a darker concealer shade for the inner corner, but I did take like 2 shades down for the inner part of her eyebrows, and I'm just using that same brush. I use the same brushes for everything, y'all. Like, I don't believe in wasting brushes. Like, I don't know, I use the same brush and it gets the job done. So I'm using that same brush to blend out her concealer. Now let's zoom into the eyes. So I'm taking a pinkish, I want to say, I don't even think this was pink, it was more like a burgundy red eyeshadow color. I'm just applying that all over her lid, and then I did go in with a darker, like a brownish reddish type of shade, and I went over that. And then I'm going to create the cut crease, taking my time, dragging it out. I'm using a art painting brush, y'all, and it gets the job done, okay? And we only doing a half cut crease for this look. When doing cut creases, you really want to take your time because it's so easy to fuck up, okay? So I like to really go in. This is like real time right here. Like, this is like not sped up or anything. And it might be sped up right here, I don't know. But I like to really just go in and take my time. Cut creases was like the first thing I ever taught myself when doing makeup. Like, I was so obsessed with cut creases, so it was like always the only thing I was really doing when I was practicing on myself, on my friends, on my family. Like, I was only doing cut creases. So I feel like I'm just a pro at this shit. Like, I love doing cut creases. Like, oh my gosh, it can be a challenge sometimes with certain type of eye shapes and eyelids, because of course everybody's eye shape may not be really suitable for certain cut crease looks. But as you can see, like, my client had a lot of lid space, and I just love it, okay? And I did go in and blend that concealer out first before I applied her white eyeshadow, because you don't want any creases. So I'm just packing that white shadow in, y'all. Like, I'm not even really swiping or dragging it on there. I'm using packing motions because I want that product to really show and build. I'm using a Juvias Place eyeshadow palette, by the way. And like I said, it's just a half cut crease, so we're just taking that white shadow halfway. And then for her outer corners, I'm just using that same red, and I'm just packing that color in. So pretty, it's so beautiful. And she wanted red eyeliner, so guess what I'm using? Lipstick. I did not have any red eyeliner on me, so I did go in with some lipstick, and I'm setting her eyeliner with that same red burgundy eyeshadow color, because I don't want the liner to move, because it is lipstick and it's not going to dry like eyeliner, like how eyeliner would. So yeah. And then for her brows, I'm just finishing up the top of her brows, going in and blending that color out. And I like to go in with the Lower Mercier translucent powder to set her brows in place. This look just looks so good. It really came together. Now for her under eye, I'm taking a white eyeliner for her waterline. I'm only taking it like halfway. I did not take it all over her entire waterline. And just a tip, I like to do the under eye before I apply the lashes, because I've experienced having crybabies, and if I put the lashes on before the under eye part, some of my clients would cry, and then the lashes might start sliding off. So just a FYI, like, do the whole eye, finish the whole eye look before applying lashes. So just in case your clients end up crying, you ain't gotta worry about the lashes slipping off, girl, okay? I'm going in with her highlighter. I'm applying it on her cheeks and like the cute little highlight button on her nose. Love that method. And then for her lips, she just wanted like the classic, the brown liner with like the nude in the middle. So that is what I'm doing for her. So I'm using some dark brown concealer for this method. I love to go in like with the concealer instead of like a chocolate brown lip pencil. I just feel like the consistency and like the blend is like way better. So that is what y'all see me doing. And then I believe I took like a new gloss for like the NYX lip gloss collection, and I applied that in the middle of her lips. And then once I'm done like blending out her lips, I'm going to top it with some gloss. And look how pretty the lips came out. Blended to perfection. Love it so much. And then I'm going to set her face with some Morphe Setting Mist. I like to go in with that foundation brush and blend and set that setting mist into her skin. And this is the look. It came out so flawless. I'm taking off her tape. As you can see, girl, the edges stayed in place, and this is the final look. I hope you girlies enjoyed this makeup tutorial. Leave some comments down below. Let me know what y'all think. Thank y'all for watching, and I hope y'all are here to stay, and I will see y'all in my next video.